All right, you guys, so welcome back to example number 3. All right, is the quadrilateral ABCD a parallelogram? Okay, so that's good. We know what shape we're dealing with, okay? So now we just have to prove it, okay? So if it's a parallelogram, all right, I know the opposite side should be the same. And I know opposite sides should be parallel. So that means I need to do distance and I need to do slope. So slope is probably the easiest because I can just count using the dots. So I'm going to do slope. Now, you're welcome to do the slope formula, but in all honesty, let's work smarter, not harder. All right, so I need the slope of AB, and it needs to be the same as DC. So let's organize our slopes, and then BC needs to be the same as A to D. Okay. All right, so now the slope from A to B. So it's up and over. So up 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So up 2, left 4. So that is negative 1/2. Okay, C is over 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I put that at the bottom because I went over, and then up 2, negative 1/2. So that's good. So these two sides are parallel. Remember in that one video with the trapezoid? Okay, I marked it with these arrows. All right, B to C. So if I go up, how many? So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I go up 7 over 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then D to A. Okay, so I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So down 7 over 3. So that's a good. So I know these two sides, and notice I'm going to double that arrow. Okay, so I know my opposite sides are parallel. Okay, also too, I know that my adjoining sides, okay, my connected sides, my adjacent sides, okay, those are not opposite reciprocals. So if I take DC and BC, so these two in the middle, those are not opposite reciprocals, which means I do not have a right angle. Okay, so that tells me that I do not have a rectangle in this case, and I don't have a square in this case. Okay. Now, you may be saying, all right, well, why can't you be done? Because you know you have a parallelogram, okay? Well, I guess the question would be is how do I know I don't have a rhombus, okay? And so that's what makes the difference between a parallelogram and a rhombus is that if all four sides are equal, I have a rhombus. And the question said, is the quadrilateral a parallelogram? So it's going to be yes or no. And it's because it might be a rhombus. So now let's do these distances. Okay, now the same distance, I want AB and DC to be the same length. So AB and DC, and then I want BC and AD to be the same length. Okay, so now the last couple of pictures, they were really nice to us and they gave us the coordinates. Okay, I don't have the coordinates right now, so I need to write those down. So A, B, C, D. So I need to write down what those x comma y's are. Okay, so A is -1 up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So -1, 5. B is 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. C is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, -4. and D is 2, -2. Okay, now I'm going to tell you right now, okay, if you mess up one of these points, okay, it's going to mess up your distance formula. So you want to be really careful when you are doing your left and right from your origin and also your up and your down from your origin to get those positive and negative numbers correct. Okay, all right, so from A to B, so the square root of 3 minus 5 squared plus 3 minus -1 squared. The square root of DC, so -2 minus -4 squared plus 2 minus 6 squared. And then B to C, so 3 minus -4 squared plus 3 minus 6 squared. And then AD, so -2 minus 5 squared plus 2 minus -1 squared. Okay. All right, so now let's bring up my calculator. All right, so the square root of 3 minus 5 squared plus 3 minus -1 squared. So I get 4.472 square root. Now I'm going to do -2 minus -4 squared plus 2 minus 6 squared. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, square root 3 minus -4 squared plus 3 minus 6 squared. That's a good sign as well. -2 minus 5 squared plus 2 minus -1 squared. Okay. All right. So now I know that AB and DC, they have the same measurement. So these are opposite sides are equal. And then AD and BC, their sides are equal. So I have opposite sides are equal and I have opposite sides are parallelogram are parallel. So is the quadrilateral a parallelogram? Yes. Okay. All right. I'll be back with another video.